Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Tutagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Red Faction Armageddon on a single GTX 1070. As always, this is a digital recording at 60 frames per second, which is done on an external recorder. So what you will see in this video will be pure performance. I'm using a Core i5-2500, which is overclocked to 4.8 GHz. There it is. The system has 16 GB of memory and the graphics card is a single GTX 1070 made by KFA2, latest firmware installed, and it is also overclocked in order to reach 2 GHz. This will be a custom gameplay benchmark. I'm going to use fraps to gather frame rate data. We will see the result in this file and some analysis with flat at the end of the video. So let me launch a game. I'm going to test the DirectX 10 and 11 version. Okay, thank you. Let me show you the options first. I'm using the same options for this game in all my benchmarks. 1080p resolution, no vertical sync, full anti-aliasing, and everything is at its maximum settings. High is the maximum. Okay, I'm going to benchmark the ruin mode of the game, and I'm going to be destroying the junction map with 3 different weapons. Okay, these are the weapons I want. I'm starting the benchmark. I was pressing the wrong key for detonation. Okay, this is the end of the benchmark. Quite heavy physics on this one. The benchmark result was 117 frames per second on average. Not a bad result for sure. I remember times of old where this game was very difficult to run and play. Frame rate is quite decent. The frame times also seem to be quite good. The GPU usage, however, and this is the reason I'm making this benchmark, is very low at 50%. The frame rate may be very good at such high frame rate, but it is the frame times and the GPU usage I am mostly interested in this benchmark. As you can see, the CPU usage is maxed out at some points, not in all threads however. It is an old game and maybe threading was not very good back then, but still a very good physics engine, a lot of distraction going on. CPU temps are fine, no problems here. 3.2 gigabytes of system RAM used. The power of the card is also at around 50%. GPU temps are okay, not much load. Core clock at 2 GHz. There is no limit registered here as in StarCraft, and barely 850 megabytes of video RAM usage. The game is indeed a little old, but still has the best damage model I have seen in a game. Why type you when you can copy paste? So I need the red faction benchmark, and let me see if I can bring up my GTX 970 run. Great. We only have two files, two runs, so the second one is the 970. Okay, we did get some performance increase compared to the 970, in spite of the huge CPU limits. 98 frames per second for the 970, 117 for the 1070. Good average frame times, not huge variability, and very good stuttering, a little better than the 970. Frame times first, not bad. We do have these spikes because I was turning the camera all over the place, and this can cause some variability in the frame times, which we can see in the graph here. Time spent beyond 16.7 milliseconds is almost zero. Very good. The histogram of the frame times does show good frame times, less than 10 milliseconds for most of those. And let's see how close the GTX 1070 and the 970 were. Runtime is essentially the same. We can see that the GTX 970 does indeed have some spikes in its frame times, while the 1070 in the black is much smoother. We don't have these spikes all the time. The frame rate is also a little higher on the 1070. Not that the 970 was bad, of course. Min, max and average, not a huge difference due to the extreme CPU limits. The minimums are the same, 115, only 19% faster. This will be benchmarked with a better CPU at some point. These belong to my CPU limited benchmark sessions. Variability and stuttering, a little less variability on the 970 due to the lower performance, of course. The stuttering, however, is half on the 1070. We did see these spikes on the 970 earlier. The percentile curve is also quite better on the 970, on the 1070, sorry. But if you only look at the 99th percentile, we only have 1.5 milliseconds of difference. I like to look at the bigger picture, of course. Time spent beyond curve is better on the 1070. And lastly, the comparable frame rate overlaid with the stuttering and the variability. Good performance from both systems, from both video cards. The system is the same, of course. You don't need such high specs to play this game. It is quite old by now, but still you do need a decent system. The physics are amazing, and this is one of the games that you really must play, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you on my next benchmarking video.